That is good banter.
All right, Timmy. Rip in, buddy.
Testing 1, 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode, what did we say it was? 87?
I think it's 87.
87.
Jeez, aren't we just, we are
Legs
getting
11.
closer to that magical 100. And there's been a lot of talk out, Tommy. I've, caught up. There's been a few Bantitos floating around.
They're everywhere.
We caught up with young Mitchie Ellis.
Yeah. He was up and about, fairly pissed,
he was
Mitchie.
pretty.
Yeah.
I reckon he's had a pretty solid grand final weekend as well. After the reverse draw at Caulfield, he was going to the races that night, and he was having a crack on the Saturday. And I think something popped up. I think he went to the races again on Sunday. So he's if he hasn't blown his life savings, he's be a fucking miracle.
Yeah, no, he's really letting his hair down, little Mitchie, which is good. That's what we like from our
That's what we
Bantitos.
love.
Doesn't, not a care in the world.
That's good. And I think there's a bit of, rumblings. What's going on for the 100th? Are we going to have a live episode? But as I said, I think it falls around New Year's. So that's not great
here's
timing.
A bloody, so we're episode 87.
Yeah, so that's 13 weeks.
Let's work this out now. So
Go.
September, so what's the date? The 28th.
The 28th.
All right, so that's all right. This is going to be really, really boring listening. But
While you're
we'll
doing
go
that,
87,
Okay.
88, 89, 90, 91, 92.
This is just for any
93,
Bantitos
94,
that can't count.
95, 96, 97. Oh, God.
I'm telling you.
99. It's fucking Christmas Day.
I told you.
Their 100th falls on. It's fucking Christmas Day.
Mate, it's like everyone's Christmases have come at once.
Bloody hell. So, the chances.
You're down in the Gambie on...
for New Year's.
Yeah, nice. I used to
You
run
going
some
to
gigs
Gambia?
down at the Gambie.
Oh, it's a bloody hell. Maybe you
How long are you down there for?
1, 2, 3. a lot of counting so far. 5 days.
Okay.
If you could organise something, that'd be.
They've sold it. They're not still into that pub. But Goldie, he's
Okay.
he's got the railway hotel in Murchison East.
Oh, merch.
It's a bloody ripper.
The merch burger.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
the merch burger.
Yeah, so we should have counted that out earlier because absolutely fuck all chance of getting a crowd together on Christmas Day.
I reckon I've been telling you for about the last 10 weeks, and you go, no, that can't be right. That can't be right. I said, Tommy, it's right. You go, no, that can't be right. What? 100? It's not going to fall in December. It's not going to fall near New Year's or Christmas. I said, I'm telling you, I've done the maths, Tom.
I don't reckon you had done the math, but here's a tip. Here's a hot little tip for anyone thinking about starting up their own podcast. First of all, do it. No one else is doing it. There's a real hole in the market out there for a couple of blokes doing a podcast.
As you can tell from us, you don't need much.
You don't need much, but fuck me, is it a license to print money? We are just we are rolling in the shit.
87 episodes in, Jesus
have
Christ.
not earned a fucking dollar. Oh no, we had got a little. How did we get money off?
We got it off. Winner's Piss.
Well, winners piss. They go
Winners
some
piss.
kish cash cosh.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't anything.
No.
You got to quit your day job. But,
it
helped.
So a hot little tip: if you're about to start your podcast, you think, all right, well, let's start next weekend. Then we'll record. Just sit down with a diary, count forward 100 weeks, and if it lands on Christmas Day, maybe wait a couple of weeks before you start because you don't want your 100th episode falling on Christmas Day like ours.
No,
that's
don't.
a bloody.
But also,
nightmare.
I guess back when we did start, we didn't allow for the
COVID.
The COVID.
No one could foresee that.
And the fact that we couldn't get the laptop working. There's no way we could.
True.
The habit stacking
Okay,
debacle
yep.
and me going to WA. Geez, we've had it's been a bit of a rocky ride, but
it has been a roller coaster.
What I've liked, Tommy, because I think early on you were pretty. I don't know if there's legs in this. I don't know. And I put a few on the YouTube. You said, how many viewers did we get? I said, 5 people have looked at it. You said, are you going to keep doing it?
Is that enough? Is that enough to build on? But
I said, Tommy, I'm going to keep doing it. We're still not. We're still not in we're still not pumping it on YouTube. It's going all right though.
All I want to see is that it's heading in the right. In life, that's all you want.
You just want
You want to be heading in the right direction, and I think we are. So, so it's been a big week, grand final week,
and we've got to do shout outs later. But we'll do that. We'll do that at the end. We've got some big stuff coming up. We've had people hit us up from all over the joint. We've had a few of our favourites hit us up. We've had some new people hit us up. Just good times.
Just great times.
So you've had a busy week, Dave, mate.
Real busy week. Well, first of all, the AFL Grand Final.
What would be fucking disappointment.
It would be remiss of us not to mention that. And I was actually, because as you know, my new place of work, a lot more ladies around, sort of older type ladies. And my Monday morning footy banter that I used to have, it's just falls on deaf ears.
What are you talking about, Devonshire tea? Or
they're talking about what they cooked and lovely ladies. I'd lay down in traffic for them. Fantastic.
Menopause. What are you?
We had a few
about?
menopause chats.
That's good. Yeah.
But zero chat about footy. And I was saying to him, gee whiz, it's going to affect those guys for the rest of their life, working so hard to make it to the big dance and then to just not turn up. Especially for a Sydney Swans team, the Bloods.
It was
they bled
out.
They bled out.
Bled out on the day. They literally, there was no blood. It was like a floppy cock. There was no blood in them.
No, zero blood.
Zero blood.
And they were sort of like, it's just a game. Look, it's just a game, isn't it? And I was like, look, and I thought about it, and a lot of women, they don't understand what it would do to you to make it to a granny and just get humiliated. Like. And then I thought the best way to describe it to a female. What's happened here? Haven't you?
It's be water. It's up on the
bench.
Where'd
the water
there,
go?
Mate.
Up on
I'll
the
go
bench.
Get it.
Right. So the best way to describe it to a female that just doesn't understand what it would mean to make it to a grand final and get absolutely just to not turn up, to get embarrassed.
Just a commitment you put in
is to wait your whole life for your wedding day.
And then your
whole life, you wait to find the man of your dreams. You finally meet him. You wait 5 years, 6 years, 7 years for him to propose.
15 years.
15 years for him to propose. He finally proposes, or you propose to him.
He's got shit teeth.
And then
got red hair.
And then you plan
freckles.
the wedding. It takes 2 years, and then you finally get there. You're about to walk down the aisle, and you just shit your pants.
Yeah, in a white dress.
White dress. Shit all down your legs.
Shit everywhere.
Shit down the aisle.
And
not
not
as
only
far
that,
as in front of all your friends.
Well, in front of 100,000.
Yeah, so
that's pretty bad.
You got 100,000 friends and family in
Robbie
the church.
Williams has
That's
sung.
a big church.
Delta Goodrum's there.
And you have
just shit
walking down the
yourself.
aisle, you just shit yourself.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to describe it. And they said, well, that's disgusting.
That's disgusting. Yeah.
And I said, all right.
It was no good.
No good.
It was no good.
It was,
See, and I had a gig. We mentioned I ended up doing that Bucks Party gig.
Yep. Did we talk about that last week?
I think we did. Yeah, I had a Bucks Party. Boys down from Sydney. I was meant to go from 2 till 2:30. I said, well, that's not great timing.
No. Well, I said, don't do it. I said, you can't do it. AFL Grand Final. It's just ahead of Christmas in my books.
You said don't do it. I had Twiggy saying don't do it. Me, mate, I was going to go down to Torquay. He said, mate, fuck him. Get someone else to do it. And I thought, you know what? I've committed.
Yep.
Cash on the day. Thanks to Johnny from What's the Joke for giving me the gig.
But you're one of about 3 comedians in Melbourne that actually give a fuck about the footy. So it's a strange choice for you to do it,
especially as a Sydney supporter. At the time, though, I didn't know Sydney were going to be there. So I'm thinking, well, this is no good. So, all right, I'm going to have to do the gig. I'm going to sort of get off, and didn't start till 2:15. I sort of got off at 2:45.
Yep.
I finished. The gig went well.
Did you get any scores throughout the gig?
Not really. The guys didn't really give a shit.
Okay.
They did just say a few of them were Sydney supporters.
Okay.
That was it. But most of them were union guys.
Okay.
Union guys. And the Buck, I had some great dirt on the Buck, which was good. He was on Ninja Warrior.
Okay.
Yeah. I never watched Ninja Warrior.
It's a good show. My kids love it.
Yeah.
It's fucking, it looks easy. I did Tough Mudder. And the last bit of Tough Mudder was a bit of the Ninja Warrior course with arm strength. And I just went straight into the pit. I was
Well,
I couldn't even hold my own body weight.
I've been on the monkey bars a few times lately.
Oh, yeah.
And holy shit, I used to be, Jesus Christ, my strength has really dropped off.
And you've probably got a bit. You get a bit heavier too, and you get more bottom heavy.
I jumped on the scales the other day. I reckon I put on about 4 or 5 kilos since the wedding.
Yeah, well, you've got no reason to look good anymore. You've
that's right.
You've locked her
I
in.
might smash my teeth again and bloody smash the old tombstones and
why not?
fuck them right up again. So
Why not?
Anyway, so I had some dirt. He was on Aussie. He was. Do you know Aussie Bum, the surf wear, like the guys, like Speedo company?
No.
Anyway, apparently they're big. They're all Aussie, and he was the face of them.
If I wore Speedos, there would be be complaints.
There'd be cops arresting you.
I'd have hair coming out of every part. Down the below near the balls. It'd be coming up near the snail trail. It'd be a clump coming up the back and the arse down the back.
I reckon you'd go all right in Europe. Maybe in Greece or something. If they oiled you up, you'd fit in right in Greece.
Just that sort of hairy...
Or Lebanon.
Or,
you'd maybe...
Or,
where else are hairy people?
Maybe the planet of Endor. Is that where Chewbacca lives?
It may be. That's you and Chewie.
Maybe I should go and live on the planet of Endor.
I reckon you and Chewie on the beach just oiling each other up.
And I only know that because of that magical episode of...
Chewbacca blowjob?
No, not Chewbacca blowjob. That was an episode.
That's an episode. I think the title might have put a few people off, though.
Yeah, nobody listened to that.
Nobody listened to the old Chewbacca blowjob.
What is it? Whether it's South Park, where they get the lawyer from the AJ case,
right,
and he tries to throw the jury off, and says, "What's a 7-foot Wookiee doing living with 3-foot Ewoks on the planet of Endor?" It doesn't make sense, and the guy on the jury's head explodes. It's classic. Classic.
I never got right into South Park.
Oh, fuck, it's good.
Was it on Channel 31 or SBS or something?
I don't know.
But yeah, we sort of maybe a bit poor. We only had 2, 7, 9 and 10. But,
I don't think you had to pay for 31.
Yeah, we didn't have the money.
No.
So that's no good.
No, I said you didn't have to pay.
Oh, you didn't have to pay. Oh, okay.
Didn't have the money to.
You didn't have the money
something
to
you'd have
not
to pay for.
Jesus, that was free.
Times were
So
tough.
anyway,
you're
he
doing
was the
this
face of Aussie Bum.
Yeah,
and he's looking good.
So
and,
he's a good-looking rooster.
He's a good-looking rooster. He's 30.
Oh.
Yeah, and apparently on Ninja Warrior, he wore 24-carat undies. So I don't know.
Golden undies.
Yeah, 25 grand they were worth.
You wouldn't think there'd be much movement in a pair of golden undies.
Well, I don't know if they're made of gold. They're not like your steel jocks.
Well, 25 grand.
That old joke.
What's
the definition of agony? Cracking a boner in steel jocks or something like that.
I've never heard that.
Anyway, maybe I made it up. Maybe
she's a beauty.
Maybe we live a sheltered life out in Moorabuk out there. But anyway, and apparently he didn't make it past the first round.
Did he make it past that thing where he jumped from side to side?
Was that the first round? Was that the first round?
What's the first thing?
He didn't make it through the first round, so maybe he made it over that little thing.
Too busy worried about his golden jocks.
Well, this was the thing. So I said, I got in there. There's 25 of them. They're sitting down. I'm at Left Bank in the city.
Never heard of it.
Fuck. I turn up and I get the vibe. It's on South Bank. It's on the river. It's a little classy. Yeah. These boys were pretty classy. And this joint was a bit classy, a little bit too classy, where I got a bit of attitude from the people on the door. You know, the door bitches and the door guys who. So I turn up and this chick sort of looks at me because I'm wearing just a shirt, jeans, and some shoes. I thought I was looking all right, but maybe I had.
And she gave you a bit of stick.
Yeah, she sort of goes. She goes, "Oh, g'day, sir. How you going?" I said, "Yeah, very good." I just said, "Is there a Bucks here today?" She goes, "Oh no Bucks party. We've got a hens party, but no Bucks party." I said, "Oh well, is there a lunch? Some guys, 25 guys having a lunch." She said, yeah, maybe, yeah, I'll go have a look. Is it Glenn? Glenn's lunch?" I said, "Oh fuck no, would it be Brad or Jacob?" She said, "Oh, I don't know. I'm not too sure." I said,
she's got one job to know her shit.
Yeah, well, I think obviously the booking's under someone else, but she wasn't really. She was sort of looking at me like I, had
like you weren't
shit
worthy
on me face, or I wasn't worthy. Like, should I let this guy in?
I forget who's Jacob was. I can picture him, and I forget his name. Yep. And he doesn't do stand up anymore, and he should just for this one joke alone. He's you'll remember his name because he deserves to be known for this. It was a great joke. He used to do that joke where he said he was lining up and the girl stopped him and said, "Oh, you can't go in." And he goes, "What do you even do?" And she goes, "I just stand here and look beautiful." And he goes, "Well, really? What time do you start?" Classic. What was his name?
Good one.
I
don't know.
I'd love to buy it off him.
Get back to it.
It's a great gag.
Anyway, so she was giving me a bit of chewed. So I text old Brad, who's he's giving me the dirt. He's the best man.
Yep.
I said, "Oh, mate, is the booking under Glenn?" He said, "Boom, that's it. It's under Glenn."
Yep.
So, all right. So it's in this little room. I get set up. He said, "We're on our way.
You've got your own room.
We're en route." Yeah, but there's no real there's no walls or anything.
That happens all the time. So we've got our own private area, and you rock up and you're just in a restaurant.
Well, at one stage, because I said, "Oh, can we bring some sound in?" I'm thinking, fuck, I didn't have to bring some sound in.
Yeah.
I would have been lugging it. I parked out at the McDonald's in South Melbourne. I would have been lugging 2 kilometres for fucking sound gear and that. So I said, I didn't have the sound.
No sound.
You can't bring sound in. That's perfect. That's
going
fine.
Unplugged. Evan's
I'm going
unplugged.
unplugged. I'm like bloody Nirvana.
No.
MTV was sponsoring me, and I was, I was loving life. So anyway. So I start, they all come in, and a few blokes walk in and go, "Hey, mate, can you turn the air cons on?" They thought I fucking worked there.
No, did they?
I go, I am getting no respect.
Yeah.
I am getting no respect at this gig. These blokes are coming in. I said, "Yeah, no worries, champ. Do you want a few beers as well? Do you want a fucking foot massage? Do you want a blowjob? What else do you want?" I am getting no respect in this joint. And anyway, they come in. Brad sets them all up, and could you do this? This could go anyway. This could go anywhere. This could be awful. It could be great.
Did you get paid up front?
No, I didn't. So this better go good.
Yeah,
this better go good.
I don't normally like getting paid up front, but in a situation like that,
because I had to boot off
in
as
case
well.
you
I take it right up the date.
Take it up the arse, and they don't want to pay you.
Yeah, that's no good.
Or you just don't want that
you just
discussion after a shit gig. Can I just?
Can I
always word it. So I'm not asking for it, and this just makes me feel better. It doesn't help the situation at all. I just say, "Okay, mate, who do I see about just grabbing the cash?" And that rather than not saying, "Can I have my cash?"
Can I have my cash?
And I know it makes no difference, but it makes me feel
it's
just a little bit more subtle. Yeah,
it's very subtle. Subtle as a bloody
sledgy.
So anyway, so I go in there, no mic. They go, Jacob turns around. They're all sitting down, and they're good vibes. And I start off. I go, "Oh, firstly, thanks for having me, guys. It's an honour.
Yep.
Congratulations to Jacob on the upcoming wedding. Hopefully the marriage lasts longer than you did on Ninja Warrior."
Good start.
Yep. Good start. Laugh straight up, and then go, what the fuck happened there, mate? What, your gold jocks were weighing you down, were they? I can't fucking jump up on any of the bloody equipment. Well, I don't think I said equipment.
No,
but
that's it's a good start. A couple of that would have been. This guy's done his own work.
He's good. And then sort of into material, a few other things. What else did? Apparently, his old man's he owns a concreting company.
Okay,
so he's rich. I ripped into him. I found a few blokes. The old man apparently was small. He's got a bit of small man syndrome. Yep. So I ripped into him and said, "Oh, the spring racing carnival's coming up. How many rides you got?" You know?
Yeah, nice.
Oh, classic. He picked up a knife. He was going to stab me.
Yeah, good.
And, it was going all right. And then near the end, I ripped on him because he was a rugby union player.
Okay.
He went over to England and Italy to play. And Brad said he wasn't good enough to get a game in Australia. So I go, Jacob, you went over to Italy and England to play? What, not good enough to get a game in Australia? Whoa! Yeah. Bought the house down. Again. Who the fuck's giving you all this information? so that was good. Things went well. I finished. I slammed the beer down. They go, "You got to scull the beer." "All right, fellas, all right. No worries." And grabbed the cash. Who do I see about the cash? Well, I've got the cash. He shelled it out behind a tree on South Bank. Looked very, very dodgy.
Mate. The dodgier, the better.
Dodgy. The busker saw me, and then he looked at me and goes, "Hey, any cash?" I said, "I got no cash, mate.
No cash
I got no cash here, champ. No cash." And that was it. In the car at this stage, I don't know what the score is. I'm trying to get some shit on Twitter. I'm not getting much.
What, car radio not working?
Well, I wasn't at the car yet. Remember, I parked 2 Ks away.
Okay. Yeah,
parked 2 Ks away. And that was the thing where I was...
Were there people around? It always amazes me. How could you could not watch the grand final? It blows my fucking mind.
Not everyone's into it. Not everyone's a football head like you, Tom, or us, Tom, or you, Tom.
Yeah.
Well, how could you take a gig on grand final day?
No, exactly.
How could you have a Bucks party grand final? Not everyone cares about AFL.
Well, they should.
And after the game on the weekend, you can see why.
Yeah.
But it's a great game. But Sydney were no good. I jump in the car, turn on the radio, and I thought, this is fucked, and just drove me car off the fucking bridge into the Yarra.
Nice one.
That was the end of the day. But
joined in with the grand final parade on the Yarra.
I heard that.
I know you heard that was a real shit. Because I always thought, like, common sense says you don't have to be a fucking genius to work out that the Yarra what would the Yarra be? Because it'd have to be
dirty and
78,
disgusting.
it'd have to be 80 metres, wouldn't it? Because when they do the torps, they get like 60, 65.
Yeah,
and no one's ever kicked it to the other side.
Yeah.
So it must be 80 metres.
It's got to be. In
So,
some parts.
Best case scenario, if you're virtually toes in the water, you're 40 metres away from the boat.
Yeah.
So whereas in the car, the cab
you can run up to them.
Oh, yeah, bloody
You can
tapping the
tap
side of
them,
the
you
car
can
and giving high fives.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But I think just around the Yarra, I don't know, it's just not a great vibe. The brown water and
No,
it
it's
doesn't.
almost got to be. It's got to be a perfect day.
Yeah,
But even then, you're 40 metres. Like,
that's
perfect
it.
day doesn't make the Yarra
And it's the Yarra.
any less wide.
Yeah, I mean, there's a dead body under there. It's it's pretty fucking disgusting.
I
So
always question that. How they always say it's absolutely disgusting. It's foul. Never go in there. Don't drink the water. Don't even dip your feet in. And once a year, people dress up and jump into it. And that Birdman rally.
what do they do? Just chuck a heap of chlorine in there or something? Or maybe it's like
it
St
must-
Kilda Beach. They get not a tractor, but you know how the tractor scoops up all the syringes and that
Yeah.
on St Kilda Beach. Maybe they get the divers in there, pull out the dead bodies, the O-bikes or the
Oh, yeah.
shopping trolleys, and then go, all right, boys, jump in. The water's fantastic, which it isn't.
Remember I went swimming in Hong Kong
Hong Kong.
once, and it wasn't far. I remember it was it's only about 15-minute cab ride right out of downtown Hong Kong, and we went. It was like we're in Mexico. It was this beach. It was beautiful, and I went in and a big dirty dinger fucking went up against the side of my leg.
Probably wasn't that dirty. It's probably been in the
Clean
ocean
as
for
a
a while.
whistle.
It's probably
Yeah,
clean
yeah.
as a whistle.
It was rank.
That's the thing with Bali, isn't it? Like you go, the beach looks beautiful. You go under, you bloody come back up, and you
Got a
got
dinger up your
fucking
nose.
dinger up your
yeah.
nose, and
Tampon in your ear.
tampon.
Good stuff.
in your ear,
It's
and
good stuff.
yeah. So anyway, that was good fun.
That's
But
good
how was
stuff.
your week, mate?
Oh, mate, busy.
Yeah.
Busy as a one-armed
Bricklayer in Baghdad.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, that's what they
So
say.
look, I'll fly through it. So I've got the diary here. I'm going to fly through my week.
Oh, this big.
This is
good.
all right. Here we go.
It's full.
It was a full week. It was a full
Bloody
week.
Jesus.
Here we
Paid that
here
much.
we go. There are a couple of cancellations because of the Queen.
Fuck the Queen.
Yeah, she obviously didn't take grand final week into consideration.
Nah.
But that's okay.
Everyone
That's
got
okay.
a day off though.
Yeah. Oh, she did. But surprisingly, I thought, that'd be great, the day off. But a few gigs cancelled because
If
of.
she had made it to 100, would she have written herself a letter?
She would have had to have.
I think so. Yeah.
Mm.
To yours truly.
Yours truly.
Signed. Yours truly.
Dearest Elizabeth. Congratulations.
Congratulations. You're
Um,
a real go-getter. I always knew you were going to make it.
So, I think we'd already discussed the grand final, the breakfast on the Monday, because I think I'd already done that last episode. But I talk about
where was that at?
that was at Marvel Stadium.
Oh,
No, maybe not.
didn't
But
I know
anyway,
about
so
that?
here's one thing. So I'll just make a little comment on each gig. One highlight of each gig.
All right.
So that one, Marvel Stadium. What a great way to start. It was meant to be the Brownlow medal breakfast where they discussed the Brownlow, but then
Queen's fucked that up. as
Queen's
well.
fucked that up. Brownlow to the Sunday night, so it was almost to discuss the Brownlow. And they had the cup there. This was for a charity. It was for SALT that help mental health and all that sort of whatnot. And so they had the cup there.
Yep.
And there was a girl standing near the cup. And I said,
Nice.
can I get a
Cups.
photo of the cup? And she said, yeah, no dramas.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, great. You want to come out? And she said, And she said, "You know what?" So I assumed this girl was the girl
in
that was
control.
looking after
Did
the
she have
cup.
security written on?
No,
Did
but
she
just
look like she could kick your ass?
She had a collared shirt. She looked like the kind of girl you'd put in charge of a
clipboard
of
at a nightclub.
And anyway, so me and her have walked out into the sort of grandstand area of Marvel. It's during one of the breaks in the show, and the cameraman said, "Oh, mate, I'll get some shots of you." So I've said, "Oh, fuck, fantastic." So I've gone out, I've got the cup, and I'm all by myself. So it's just me, this girl, the cameraman. We've now walked probably about 40, 50 metres away from the rest of the rest of the function.
It's the real cup. It's not a fake.
No, it's the real
it's
cup.
the real size.
It's 100%. This is the real cup, the Premiership Cup that was presented to Geelong just 5 days later. So I'm there getting the photo, and I'm getting a heap of photos, and I was like, how good's this? Got beautiful, sunny Marvel Stadium in the background. I said to the girl, I said, how, I said, you must be pretty nervous carrying this around all day, a bit of pressure all week. And she said, what are you talking about? And I said, are you looking after the cup? She says, no, I'm just at the function.
I'm the cleaner.
And I said, Jesus, who's looking after the cup? And I said to the camera guy, I said, no, by this time the cameraman had walked off. So it was just me and this girl. And I said, fuck me. I could easily knock off the Premiership Cup.
We could knock it off.
We could knock off this Premiership Cup. And then I said, oh boy. And you know when you get that little, you go, oh God. And
could we do it?
But I thought,
Did she seem trustworthy? Would it be a secret you could sort of keep?
I don't know, but what do you do with the Premiership Cup?
Well, it's hard to sort of sell on eBay.
Yeah, there aren't that many of them getting around each year. But anyway, I later found out that stop ding a ding ding.
Mate.
I later found out that
did you end up stealing that cup?
That I said I said what happens if you lose it, and I found out this other lady was there, $15,000.
15.
So if you lose your
it's like losing a wedding ring.
Yeah. So it's $15,000. So if you get the cup, you lose it, you got to pay $15,000. So that's what it's worth. So anyway, Tuesday night. So that was done. Tuesday night, head up to the Rich River Golf Club.
Beautiful. Up there in where is it again?
Moama,
the Chuka Moama.
Me, Peter Dacos, and Dougie Hawkins.
Oh mate, does it get any better?
It doesn't get any better. I sat on a table, and I've become now
Peter Dacos.
I would almost call Dacos a friend.
If you got remarried, would he make it to the wedding?
Well, he wouldn't. Funny you say that, because I sat next to his wife.
Right.
And she's
lovely. A bitch?
No, she's lovely.
Oh, okay.
And she's a lovely looking lady and just a good egg. You can tell that she's raised the boys right.
Yeah.
Great gig to raise money for the Lions Club. Awesome. Great little accommodation. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff. One thing I did up there that was nice.
Not play golf.
No, I can't play golf.
I hate golf.
Fucking hate golf.
Fucking golf.
But I got there.
It's more frustrating. It's not. Is tennis more frustrating? Golf's more frustrating.
At least tennis, you're
running
around.
You have a bit of a crack
at
it. But tennis, it's a bit harder than what it looks though. Tennis, you look at them hit it, but golf, that's shit.
Possible. And it's just so shit.
Yeah.
But I get asked. You probably do too. I get asked to play golf quite a bit now because of I do a lot of golf days with the gigs, and they go, "Oh, you want to come down and play?" And I don't even give him. I just say no. I fucking hate the sport. Anyway, but I got there, had about an hour to spare, and I said, I might go for a run to fire up. 3 hours in the car, and I said to the organizer, I said, "Where's a good run?" And he said, "Mate, the last people just finished. We don't normally let people do this, but if you want to run the 18 holes, it'd be absolutely magic. There's no one out there." So I ran the 18 holes. Oh, the Rich River Golf Club as the sun was setting.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. Kangaroos going around. Yeah. I went and did a fucking dug up a couple of the greens, dug the fucking knees in. It up, really got down. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
really
had a great time.
Did you rotate some of the holes? That's what they do every few days. They rotate. So where's the pin sitting today? They move that. One of my mates, Fraze, he worked on a golf course.
Did he?
And every now and then they got to change where the hole is.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I found that little hole maker, and and I said, "Fuck this little treat for those playing next morning." I put six or seven holes out there.
If you can't get a hole in one on the par 3,
it's like fucking Swiss cheese up there. It's holes everywhere. So I added a few more holes, which was great. Head back to Melbourne. Wednesday. Oh, yeah, one of my gigs got moved. On the rooftop of the QT.
Oh, sounds
For
classy.
Tickstar. That was a bit flash.
What's Tickstar? Run us through Tickstar.
I'm not really
Sounds
sure
a
what
bit
Tickstar
wanky.
is. No, Tickstar's it's like a management company. I don't really understand, but they get big groups of people together, and very. It seems like wealthy people. It's pretty flash,
Yeah.
and I felt like a.
Do you get intimidated?
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
I was actually having a conversation with the girl that was organising. I said I really. I feel quite intimidated with crowds like this, and then what made me feel better? This girl came up who looked, and I hope she doesn't listen to the. No, she looked. She was all done up, looked $1 million, and she came up and goes, "Are you the Suburban Football?" This is before I got changed. I said, yeah, I'm on soon. She goes, looking forward to it. I've got you coming out to our cricket club in a couple of weeks. I said, what cricket club's that? And she said, Dandenong Central. I was like, and then you look around and you're like, actually, these people are just bloody
Bogans.
They're just bogans. They're just bloody rich bogans. And it is. It was a lot of bloody tradies that had done well for themselves, and so that gig was great. Wednesday, Caulfield Grammarians. That was a beauty. Any highlights there? No, except that Kingy was on with Sam Mitchell.
All right.
And Sam Mitchell was going to have a real. He was having a real prick of a week. I think.
Yeah, he was
Mitchell,
having a tough week.
Him and Hodgie, because I organised a gig with. I got Campbell Brown on the Friday morning. I said to Campbell, "Are you having a prick of a week with all this racism
I'm a
stuff?"
Gold Coast.
And
I'm a
he
Gold
said,
Coast player.
Mate, that's what he said. He said, "Mate, it's funny because I was at Hawthorn supposedly, and he said, but people must just assume that I was just a knockabout bloke that had no fucking idea what was going on. But he heard Hodgie and Sam Mitchell were getting drilled pretty heavily at all the functions, so they would have thought." I've got about 10 gigs for the grand final week. It's going to be a cash fiasco. It's going to be awesome. And then all of a sudden this shit goes down and, fuck, they would have had a shitty old week.
Oh, yeah.
So from there, jump in the car, straight in the city after the Caulfield Grammarians gig.
This is Thursday?
This is Thursday,
This is the big day.
which was awesome.
Yep.
So I head down there, head to this place called the Athenaeum Club.
That sounds a bit like... ladies, you're not in. You're not coming
no ladies.
You're not coming in, ladies.
They're allowed in, but they're only allowed in the kitchen.
And
that's
no talking.
And
don't you say anything unless you're
this
saying how great men are.
So this is the wealthiest of the wealthy, like millionaires plus a lot of billionaires. This is money on top of money. So
they've obviously got a pretty successful podcast. A lot of these guys.
They've got a lot of these guys that have really good podcasts. It actually reminded me. When I was in Canada, I went to a couple of frat parties, old frat houses. It was like a frat house, but
it's like old school.
But way, this joint was unbelievable. It had a grand piano in the foyer. It's on Collins Street.
Did they have a whiskey and cigar bar?
They would have, mate. They would have had a whiskey and a cigar bar, no doubt. It was 5 stories. Actually, it might have been 7 stories. Had accommodation, kitchens, all these little rooms, and I've rocked up in a fucking flanny. I had no idea what this was going to be.
Imagine if some of those walls could talk. Some of the stuff, like if you just knocked on one of the walls, hey wall, can you tell us some of the shit that's happened in here?
Oh, even the wall would be like, I can't talk about it.
I can't talk about this because I'm a wall.
I am a wall, and I will not talk about it.
I will not.
So this. Your fucking nightmare gig. Well, first of all, I've rocked up in a flat.
And you're underdressed. There's nothing worse.
No, and you're not allowed in the place without a tie.
Oh, Jesus.
And I've walked in and they said...
you just went down to a local Thai restaurant and just grabbed some... I need a tie.
Yeah, so here's...
To get in...
here's the green curry. Oh, not that tie.
Oh, different tie.
Yeah. So I've walked in and they've sort of... It's almost like, oh, fuck, this guy... We're going to get this guy out of sight. So they've ushered me off into this sort of little area and they've sat me down, just me and one other person on the couch. Who's on the couch? Nick Dacos.
Bill Gates.
Nick Dacos.
Really?
Just me and Nick Dacos.
Jesus, you were
I'm
just
having
the
week.
You're
having the greatest week of my life.
Yeah.
So I've sat down, just me and Nick Dacos in this little room. And this is after talking to his parents on the Monday night, on the Tuesday night. They have raised good kids. This is, how kids are always on their phones these days.
Yep.
I sat down next to Nick.
Now adults are on their phones.
Everyone's
fucking
always
days.
on their phone.
Everyone's on their phone. I was on the phone driving over here. I wiped out fucking 3 joggers.
But as long as you didn't miss out on anything.
I didn't,
That's,
mate. Me likes are up.
Good. So I've sat down next to Nick and he was on his phone and I thought, oh, that's fine. He's on his phone. And the moment I sat down, he looked up and I said, oh, Nick Dacos, how you going, mate? I said, I had dinner with your folks on Tuesday night. And he put, you could tell he probably didn't want to, but he put his phone away and
definitely didn't want to.
And said, how are you going? And we had a good chat. And I said, what are you in here for? And he said, I said, oh, are you waiting to get on? He said, oh, mate, I didn't wear a tie. And I looked at him. He was wearing sort of these bloody white. You know how they dress like the 90s these days with those.
Oh, like the Backstreet Boys.
The Backstreet Boys had these big white shoes on and the sort of baggy jeans.
Yeah,
and
it's kind of a bit weird. It's a bit crazy.
He had a nice shirt on, but certainly no tie.
No tie.
And we were just talking about. I said, this joint is fucking weird. And there was a lady. The lady kept coming in, and she, everyone was just so lovely, but you could tell there was a bit of panic around the joint about
the ties.
Well, just not just the ties, but about potentially what I was going to say. I could feel there was a bit of angst, and I got the gig.
Did you have a brief? What was the brief? Because
well,
a lot of time, if you go corporate, like don't mention the war, don't talk about your balls, don't talk about your fucking hemorrhoids or whatever.
The brief was I could say fuck because I asked if I could say fuck 3 times.
Okay,
I said there's 3 times I'd really like to say fuck.
Yeah.
And
at the end, go get fucked.
Yeah, you can all go fuck yourself.
You fuckheads.
Yeah, when I first walk on stage, I want to say, fuck me, I'm out of my league here. And in the middle, say,
this isn't fucking going
I'm
well.
So fucked. And right at the end, let me go, you fuckwit, as they throw me down the stairs and lay the beats into me. So I said, give me 3 fucks. And anyway, so I had me 3 fucks up my sleeve.
Yep.
And but I'm getting the vibe straight away. I'm thinking, 3 fucks is
too many.
Is too many fucks for this joint.
Yep.
This is anyway, so I've got so there was lovely bloke. Everyone looks like a waiter. I feel like I'm at the Queen's
funeral.
The Queen's going to walk in. Well, I would have surprised. It would have surprised me if she did.
Yeah, she wasn't moving that well.
Because it was her public holiday.
She wasn't moving well by then.
And I said to this bloke, mate, I've been told I can say 3 fucks. What do you reckon? And he goes, I wouldn't have thought so.
Okay.
And I said, is there? Because I've been told I can say 3 fucks. He said, well, mate, I personally... Oh, no, this is what happened. The MC comes in and he goes...
So who's the MC? Is it a personality? Is he...
Covis? Neil... Covis? Fuck, my memory's bad.
Yeah.
Neil Covis?
Neil, that's not giving me any...
No, anyway, he's a good MC.
Yep.
He said, mate, he walks up and he goes, mate, I do this every year. There's no swearing, no dirty talk. Just get through it without rocking the boat. And,
that's weird, isn't it? Like you think all male club, they fucking don't let women in. They're probably racist as.
Yeah.
Don't say fuck though.
But there was some fucking.
I had slaves back in the day, but don't say
you
fuck.
Say fuck, mate. There are
don't
some
you? I hit my wife,
people.
But don't you say fuck.
Yeah. So it was weird, and he goes, just don't. Whatever you do, don't rock the boat. Just do your time. And I was like, Jesus. And that was when I asked the bloke, mate, do you reckon I can say fuck? And he said, well, I wouldn't. And he said, mate, I certainly don't want to be the one that tells you you can say fuck. So he goes, I'll go get my manager. So he's gone and got his manager. Females walked in, and he said, Tom wants to know if he can say fuck. And she goes, I wouldn't have thought so. Jesus. And I said, and she goes, well, I certainly don't want to be the one that says you can say fuck. And she went,
we need someone to take ownership.
We need someone to take
ownership. We need someone who's no fucks given.
She went and got the general manager of this joint.
Jesus.
And he walked in, glass of red, big bloke. He looked like...
G'day, fuckbag.
How are you going, you fuckwit? And I was like... and I said, and they said, he wants to know if Tom wants to know if he can say the F word. And he goes, mate, get into it, mate, get into it. And I was like,
there you go.
He was half pissed, and I was like, mate, fantastic. So the next problem was I had to perform in 5 rooms.
Okay.
So there are over 300 people at this function.
Yep.
And I think there were 250 at this function.
All right.
There was a room that had 100 in it,
Okay.
and there were other rooms that had about 40.
Are they connected?
Only by a little, but by just a little
partition.
Door. No, just doors.
Okay.
Just like doors.
Is
you
it
walk
like
through.
Is it like have what's that thing where you just walk in the door and it's like a situation? Thank God you're here.
Thank God you're here. Oh,
so
it
you
was,
walk in, you're like, Tom.
Oh,
thank God you're here.
Thank God you're here. Yeah.
And some bloke's blowing another dude, and he goes, "Oh well, I'll join in. I
Yeah.
love blowing dudes."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was that sort of vibe. So every room had a massive portable screen.
Yep.
So if I was performing in one of the rooms to 40, everyone else is watching me on the TV.
Sounds horrific.
Yes, and so it's fucking horrible. And first the sound is going hi, how yeah. And I said to the sound guy, I said, mate,
Can you take the reverb off?
is that the sound? And he goes, oh mate, because we've got speakers in different rooms, it's
they're coming out at
it's
different
coming out of different
times.
rooms. And I said, this was a fucking qualified sound technician, and they would have got the best of the best. And I said, well, mate, why don't we just shut all the doors? Like, it doesn't make any difference, and they'll all be treated as separate rooms. And he goes, mate, that's not a bad idea. And I went and shut like 7 doors, and it was perfect. And I was like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
This guy's a dickhead.
He's
Shane Bourne's going, are you ready to go?
He's an idiot. And so they've got me performing. Get this. They've got me performing in one of the rooms. Am I going too long here? It's half
mate,
interesting.
Keep going.
So I'm in this room. I'm in the room in front of 40 people, and then so I'm doing 15 minutes. After 5 minutes, I get a ding, and I have to go and perform
It's
the
like
next
speed dating.
5. It's fucking speed comedy. And so I might be mid joke, and I've got to go into the other room and start doing it in the other room.
Ah, right. And then, okay, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, and anyway, so there's one
Did
room.
you know that at the time when you booked?
Oh,
You got booked?
I had fucking no idea what sort of shit show I was walking into. So anyway, so I'm starting off in this room full of with about 40. Actually, I reckon it would have been 30. It was just 2 tables of 15.
That's 30.
Easily the smallest room. And I said to the sound guy, who I'm really losing faith in his sound guy. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
and,
sound guys, I think they act like they know what's going on. I won't go into it, but yeah, I did a gig where the sound guys gave me, you got to do something about this. I said, you're the fucking sound guy. I said, well, you're used to being on the mic. I said, you're the sound guy. Fix it.
Mate, they're fucking terrible. Well, going back 2 hours to the Caulfield Grammarians gig, we were meant to start. We looked around for 10 minutes for this sound bloke. He had one job, sit at his desk and put on this national anthem. We found him in a fucking cupboard. I found...
Was he with the cup or something?
He was sitting in this fucking cupboard. And I was like, mate, what the fuck are you doing? He goes, we got to start, because I had to get to this other gig.
Yeah.
And the MC just goes, mate, what are you doing? And he walked in. He couldn't get anything right. Mate, they're a fucking train wreck.
Fucking no good.
It is anyway. A big howdy to all our sound techs out there. Thanks, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this sound guy, I'm saying, look, mate, I'm up there. I'm going to get on stage. I'm going to come in with my suburban footballer gear, and then I'm going to say, hey, whoa, chuck your music on, and you got to play Eye of the Tiger.
Play it.
Play Eye of the Tiger. And he goes, all right. And I said, you can't get it wrong. The cues. I said, mate. I'm not even going to say whoa. I'm going to say, mate, put on the music. You put on the music. I say, mate, turn the music off. Turn the music off. You can't get it wrong. And he goes, oh, mate, I'm going to be out in the other room though.
In another cupboard.
He goes, I'm going to be in a cupboard.
And be in a broom closet.
So he said, I'm going to be out in the main room with 100 people. And I said, all right, can I do my first 5 minutes in the main room with 100 people? And I asked the manager, and she said, well, I think it's the only way we can make it work. Anyway,
and you can say fuck.
And I can say fuck. So anyway, so we've gone, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, the suburban footballer. So I've walked in, and I hadn't entered this room before because all the doors were shut.
Thank
so
God
all of a sudden, I opened the door.
Shane Bourne,
and it was like Parliament. It was it looked like politicians. It was the wealthiest looking people
Really?
you've ever seen.
Well, I wouldn't say Parliament's the fucking wealthiest. You've
no,
seen Barnaby Joyce in there.
yeah,
You
well-
look at Barnaby
well,
Joyce.
you
and you go,
Barnaby Joyce.
I don't
looking,
know how
but
fucking
everyone in
wealthy
their
he
suits.
is.
There were guys in their 90s. There were young guys. Front and centre was who's that good-looking Hawks player that played in all the flags? The dark-skinned guy. Gibson. He was sitting front and centre. He was
He's
looking
a
$1
model.
million bucks. He looks $1 million bucks.
He looks good.
He
He
was-
wouldn't have let himself go.
No,
I
no,
reckon.
he's
He would have
looking $1
been on the
million
beach curls.
So,
and,
and look, a lot of young
other
people,
stuff.
and I've come out. All right, guys, big game today, big game, and you tell everyone's going because no offense to Nick Dacos, but he was up before me, and he's a lovely bloke, but he's not cracking
but
the room.
he
up.
put him to bed.
He put him to sleep.
Put him to sleep.
So he rip it.
Maybe he should have got on his
lovely
phone.
bloke,
Maybe he
lovely
should have got on
bloke.
his phone
Yeah,
while he was
yeah,
up
he
there.
could not have got a nicer bloke, but he got interviewed and he would have just been given fairly straightforward answers.
Yeah.
He's well media trained.
Yeah.
Anyway, all of a sudden I'm coming in and I've used my first 3 fucks in about the first. Oh, right, big fucking game today, boys. My legs are shaking, but you could see everyone was like, "Oh fuck, what's this?"
what's
Everyone's
going
turning
on?
their seats
Hello?
around and
Who
going,
is
"Oh, this
this
is
guy?"
a change of pace."
Yeah.
All right, big game. All right, game. Well, can you chuck that?
You didn't say mate.
I said, mate, chuck that mix CD on.
Oh no.
Nothing.
Oh no.
Mate, can you chuck that CD on?
Oh no. He's in a cupboard.
Nothing.
He's in a cupboard.
Mate, can you chuck that CD on? 3 times, and I went and I just stood there. It would have been 5 seconds.
Okay.
The third time I said it, 5 seconds, no eye of the tiger, and I just thought,
This sound guy can.
fuck it.
Yeah.
I've just got to go. I've got
Rogue.
to go rogue. So I ditched the entire bit, all that warm up. I just
Yep.
went straight into the pump up. So I did the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You didn't do your hamstring, did you?
Didn't
Because
do
you didn't warm
hamstring.
up properly.
No. Surprisingly, I didn't do the hammy. And then I just went bang, bang. And they were falling off their seats laughing. It was
Brilliant.
Because I cracked a few, because once I did, I ripped my helmet off and all that sort of shit. I said, I told him I normally do I did the Broadmeadows. It was a lie, but I said I did the Broadmeadows Footy Club yesterday. It's very similar because someone had told me they've famously got 3 grand pianos in the foyer of this joint. It's fucking 3 grand pianos.
3, because one isn't enough.
One's not enough. So I said, it's very different doing Broadmeadows. I said they've only got the 1 grand piano in the foyer of their footy club, and I hung a bit of shit on them and said, yeah, all my mates are. It's actually great having all you guys in the one place because all my mates are in the car park going through your cars and all that sort of shit. So
great.
big
Classic,
laughs, old
classic.
classics. But they were loving it. It was like their little brush with the other side of the tracks. I was saying,
those
fuck
walls
this
can
and
talk.
fuck that, and my nicknames. They love that, and I walked out and I said. Oh, and I didn't leave the room. They told me I had to leave the room after 5. I said, fuck it.
I'm staying here.
I said, yeah, I just did. I pretended I forgot. And
Well, the sound engineer fucking
he
forgot
fucking
what was
forgot.
going on,
He
so
was-
everyone else is forgetting
so
shit.
I just said, fuck it. This is going well. I'm not going to risk going into another room.
Nah.
So I just, so they had to watch it on the
Thank
telly.
God you're
So,
still here.
Yeah. So after that, I walked in and they pretty much said, fucking get out. So everyone was lovely, but it was pretty much, get your stuff and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, right.
So,
we got to get the fucking hookers and shit in here. Yeah.
Well, I think because I was wearing a flanny. You couldn't. You can't wear a
Can't
flanny.
wear a
there,
flanny.
Yeah, so
Jesus
so I got
Christ,
straight
there
out
you
of
go.
there.
Did you
Mate,
end up
it was-
finding the sound guy?
Oh yeah, I did. I said to the manager,
Was
I
he
said,
cooked? Because a lot of them seem like they're a bit spaced out, like they've been doing pingers
Oh, he had a
for the
fucking,
last 20 years.
he had a mask on. Like I was like, mate, COVID's over, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking and
worry about
he
that,
was. Yeah, I said to the manager, I said, just so you know, that guy,
He's
the
fucked.
sound guy, is shit, because they were complaining about him. And when I mentioned that you could probably fix all the sound problems by closing 5 doors, they were like, maybe that sound guy's not that flash. But anyway, so that was that.
Great.
Friday, Chelsea Heights Footy Club in the morning. That was great. And then had a gig at West Meadows Footy Club.
Yeah, it was West Meadows, mate. She's a bit.
She was a long way from the Athenaeum Club. Let me just say that she was. She's fucking a bit rough out there.
Yeah,
she's
a bit rough,
she's
yeah.
great. But I bit of a nightmare gig. I got there and there was no one there, and I had to be straight on because I had to get to this other gig.
No one there.
Well, there was one lady behind the bar and two other people because they were doing a golf day and they were waiting for the bus. So 40 blokes to turn up the bus, and the bus was. And, the guys were fucked. They got their golf green. They're coming off in their buggies. Like, this is going to be shit. But look, it was all right. I soldiered on. That was probably the toughest gig of the lot. And from then, the Caulfield Bears, where I saw you emceeing the Bears. That was good, mate. That was a ripper. So, and then on the, I'm running. And then I went to the Parkdale Vultures.
Yep.
That was and that's where I bumped into a loyal listener. And this is, I don't know, I've got might have pigeonholed our listeners, but this guy was, mate, he looked like a bloody real wealthy businessman.
Could he have fit in at the...
He would not looked out of place. His
on
nickname,
the grand
and
piano?
I apologise for forgetting your name, but his nickname was the Bus. Because he had a really, he was still playing Masters and he had a horrendous turning radius. Yeah,
circle.
Like a, just could not fucking turn around.
And he can sort of fit 30 kids on him.
30 kids.
30 school kids.
And so he was a ripping bloke and he bailed me up and he was asking me questions. He goes, oh, mate, you probably hate getting asked questions. I was like, mate, I'm just fucking wrapped. We've got a listener. So big thanks to the Bus and his wife's a listener too.
Oh, great.
What are they? Mind blowing.
Yeah,
but,
so she's the, no, I won't go there.
No, so the minibus. The minibus, yeah. So
they call the little
what's a minibus?
I don't know. They call coaches. No,
because that's the old joke.
That's,
you call a bad coach a minibus because he's half a coach.
He's half a coach.
Yep.
That's it.
Anyway, so maybe if the Bus loses weight, he'll become the
minibus.
Yeah, he was a big solid unit, a good man.
On him.
He was a good man. So thanks for listening, the Bus. And then Saturday morning, the day of the grand final, best day of the year. The sun's up.
Sydney.
I'm heading out to Devon Meadows. I've done it a couple of times before. Gig starts at 8 o'clock. I get there at 7:30. You would think 8 a.m. would be early enough start to get on the beers. Not at Devon Meadows. There was a group of guys already waiting there.
Camped out.
Camped
out like a Pearl Jam
concert. A couple
concert.
of them, I shit you not, had fucking Jimmy cans, having a couple of heart starters before an 8 a.m. start.
Jeez, that's a. When you're on the Jimmy cans before 8, before the official.
Yeah.
When I see the Jimmy cans, the Jack Daniels, if you see those,
you're not fucking
Bundies.
around.
A few people having Bundies at the Caulfield Bears.
I reckon Peter Dacos drinks the yellow Bundy cans.
Okay, there we go.
I wouldn't have picked that.
Nah, it doesn't seem like that.
No, but
maybe he likes it.
Anyway, so I was emceeing that one, and it was a great little crowd. It was rocking. It was action, and first I had to interview Jack Rewald.
Big Jack.
He was in and out. He had places to be.
Yeah,
Nice guy, Jack.
Yeah,
but
he's good.
He was popping in for his cash.
Just take that. He was going through the motions.
He was good.
All right.
When he was up there, he was good. He answered all the questions. Asked him what he thought about a few certain people, and he gave a good, honest answer, which is good. That's what you want.
People.
I'm not going to say because I always say
the suburban football.
No, like other footballers.
Okay.
Because I always say, and people in the media.
So people you think are cockheads, you try to say,
what's he
really
like?
cockheads?
Yes. Well, because as we do at the start of a function quite often, we'll say, everyone put their phones away so we can hopefully get a peek behind the curtain.
Yep.
And we might find out some goss that you won't hear on SEN or Channel 7. Yeah. So I'm not really doing the right thing if then I go out and say it on my fucking podcast.
No, that's right.
So I've got to do my...
you're doing well.
Yeah, so... and anyway, so Simon Black was meant to be on.
Yep.
And I'd done a fair bit of prep because I heard Simon Black was a ripping bloke. But one of the great smiles, but
Nick Dacos is more exciting than him.
But I'm not sure if he's gonna give you. I wasn't sure. I thought there's a chance that he might be a bit tough to interview. Yep. Lovely bloke, I'm sure, but it's going to be hard to get a lot of goss out of him.
Well, it'd be hard for him to get a word in when he was playing with Acker and the Vosses.
Exactly.
And all that. Jonathan Brown and Leper, he sort of just sits back and goes, I'll just rack up me 40 in a grand final, win a Norm Smith. And
jeez, he could play.
He could, mate. Silky smooth little left foot there and just a good-looking bloke, wouldn't you?
Always smiling. You wouldn't give to be Simon Black.
Wouldn't you? Yeah.
Assistant at Brisbane now?
Not sure what he's doing.
But anyway, so I've turned up Simon Black's cancelled. Something's come up.
Yeah.
Maybe
Lost
that
his
Brisbane
voice.
didn't want to face the questions. I don't know. That's
I don't
just
know what he's
starting
doing.
rumours. But anyway, replacing him,
Yep.
last minute call up, Jason Ackermanis.
Oh, the hacker.
He's rocked up.
The hacker.
Like a fucking school kid. He rocked up with a backpack on. I haven't seen a grown man wear a backpack.
What, did he skate there? Did he have his skateboard? Or did he have a few bloody UDLs in the bloody six pack of UDLs in the backpack? What was in there?
So I've got, I later found out jumpers that he's going to flog off and get half the money for.
Okay.
So I've gone from Simon
thanks for
Black.
getting that jumper for Schwarter to sign as well, mate. Whose fucking jumper was that?
Well, one of the...
It was literally a kid. It was like a midget kid's jumper.
Yeah, well, Nipper's
it
mum
was
had...
fucking tiny.
Nipper's mum had been on the piss. She squeezed into it by the time I got there.
That
she had it on, yeah.
Jesus, gosh, she would have only got one boob in
Yeah, no, she's...
It was tiny.
Yeah, it was little.
Yeah.
Well, they're about $200 a footy jumper.
Well, this was about fucking 30 cents.
Yeah, it was. Wasn't much. Well, I thought you're buying the signature. You're not buying the jumper. I thought, well, why have a massive jumper?
You should have just
But
stolen a
you're right,
witch's
it did
hat
look-
from somewhere.
It did look a bit ridiculous.
Should have just stolen a witch's hat or something. Oh, sign this, Schwarter.
And the footy was worth about $9
The
too.
footy was shit as well. It was one of
Yeah.
mate, it was oblong shaped.
So anyway, so I've gone from Simon Black going to be a tough interview to Acker, and fuck me,
Let him go.
he was a fucking crack up. So we've sat down. The moment we've sat down,
ADHD?
mate, he has. Well, I know what the next thing is from ADHD. He's fucking all over the shop.
Yeah.
He cannot keep his mouth shut. He is a funny and nice guy. And when I first announced that he was going to be on, you could tell there was a bit of, what's he going to be like? When he walked out,
I like him.
after 40 minutes, he had however many people were there, 150 new fans. They were loving it.
Eating out of the palm.
One of the
his hand.
funniest things I've seen, and you probably had to be there. So the moment he got up, a bloke got up to go to the toilet, and he just goes, "Where the fuck are you going?" And and the bloke goes to the toilet, and he goes,
Did he have 3 fucks at Devon Meadows?
He used them fairly quickly. Yeah. Now the 3 fuck rule wasn't in effect at Devon Meadows.
No, I don't think so.
Mate, you could have done pretty much fucking anything out there. It was fantastic. And so anyway, so the bloke sort of got up, and the girl got up. Where the fuck are you going? And so anyone that went to the toilet, he basically ripped the shit out of them about their pants. He did lookalikes. Look at you, mate. You look like a fat Joe Watson. That'd get a fucking laugh. And mate, some of his lookalikes were fucking nowhere near it, but they'd all get a laugh. Look at
Just
you,
commit
mate.
to the bit. Commit to the bit.
You look like an ugly lingy, and that's fucking saying something. That's what he's told one bloke, and it was like anyway. So anyone that moved, he's just hanging shit on him. He's telling stories. He's potting any AFL bloke he doesn't like. He's hanging shit on Blackie. He said, he's fucking twice the footballer Blackie was. He goes, in the end, he goes, no, he's a good footballer, but he goes, but he would have fucked your function. He's boring as batshit. And he's just, he cannot talk about someone without hanging shit on him. Like he's fucking on a roll. And then it was question time. First question, a guy right up the front put his hand up and he goes, "Yes, mate." And he goes, the guy looked at him and goes, "Can I please go to the toilet?" And Acker
That would have
goes,
brought the house down, wouldn't
fuck.
it?
It was a good minute of laughter before anyone could even settle to say a word.
Yeah.
It happened so quick. "Yes, mate. Can I go to the toilet?" "Yes." And he just got up and sort of ran to the toilet. And fuck, it was so funny. And
that's great.
mate, Acker, and then he got his jumper out and auctioned his jumper.
Brilliant.
Mate, he had every dodgy trick in the book. He was taking half the money. He got it. He got 2 people bidding. It got to 1,200, and he goes, "All right, hang on. I've got another one here." And that old trick.
Yeah.
So I'll give it both to you for 1,100. So, but mate, and then he got around and he had some.
Which Brisbane jumpers?
He had a special, the special Brisbane one with the premiership teams. That sort of shit. It was
Nice.
pretty cool, and he was going to personalise it. He told a couple of jokes that he said were his stories, but I'd seen other people tell him, and he'd clearly knocked them off from other footballers. Mate, he doesn't give a shit. But
don't care.
he was 40 minutes of absolute non-stop entertainment.
That's great.
Yeah, he was. So Jason Ackermanis, if you can, but he lives up in Brisbane, mate. I'd book him all the time. He's a
I did a
funny
sporties with
fucking
him
bloke.
at East Ringwood a few years ago.
Was he good?
He was great. He
Yeah.
was great, and just like a great bloke. Like, you know how someone mate, he's like, "G'day, mate. How are you, Evan? Nice to meet you. How you going? Yeah, nice teeth, fuckwit.
Yep.
Okay, thanks, Acker.
Mate,
Champion. He's good. Jeez,
we've done
phones
an
are
hour.
Going nuts.
We've done
yeah.
an hour.
Yeah. Oh, we have, mate.
I talked a bit too much about.
Well, you've done probably 50 minutes. I did about.
Well, I had
10.
to tell. It was a busy week.
It was a busy week. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
that was great. A good insight into what.
But that's not every week for T. Siegert. That's a one off. But I tell you what, I loved it. I loved it. It was getting up early, time with the kids.
Great,
sometimes at home at night with the kids and running off and doing gigs. That's
good
my
when you
perfect week.
Good when you can get the work done during the day.
Yeah, and the sun was
And
out.
you can relax.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, chill out with the kids. But mate, we've had that was great. Well done. But we've had a few people hit us up with a few different things.
Oh, good.
What did we have? Well, Big D hit us up. Obviously, checking some fucks.
Big D.
And we've got some prezzies here, mate. We've got oh, yep. Here
What
we
do you got
go.
for us, Big D?
Last week, your voice.
Oh, yeah.
I said it was a big
Was it
horse.
horse or horse?
It's horse, mate. It's John
Horse.
Longmire.
Oh, the horse.
It's horse, but it's HOARSE. Horse voice.
A horse
If you
is a
are
horse.
horse, your voice will sound breathy, raspy, or strained, and will be softer in volume or lower in pitch. Maybe that's why your voice is lower.
Yeah, okay.
The throat might feel scratchy. Hoarseness is often a symptom of problems in the vocal folds of the larynx. And he sent a little bloody diagram there, which
The larynx.
isn't great podcast listening.
No.
And we missed one of his fuck checks as well.
Okay.
So he's resent it.
Yeah.
Few probably months ago now.
Yep.
We were talking about pigeons because we were really struggling for content.
Pigeons.
And I said there's pigeons called rollers.
Oh, well, they do the rolling.
They do the
and
roll.
I said that's the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
You did. And then, mate, a roller pigeon is a domesticated breed or variety of pigeon that has been selected for its ability to tumble or roll in the air.
Oh, in the air. I thought you said when they're landing they do a roll.
No, it rolls. They
Rolls
come
in the
down.
air.
They're like suicide bombers, and they roll in the air, and then they fly back up. And
Is there any footage of these rolling
mate,
pigeons?
I'm sure we could find some. I'm sure Big D could find some.
Rolling pigeons.
Varieties of roller pigeons include Birmingham roller,
Okay.
Galatas roller, Oriental roller, Parlour roller. I could be
Oriental roller.
wrong. Oh, could be
What's the
wrong.
difference?
How
What do they roll? Sushi
rolls. Yeah. And just maybe they've got dodgy Thai massage joints. You're ready for the
Oh, I wouldn't want a happy ending from a pigeon.
you wouldn't
Seeing
want
the
to
claws on those fucking things?
Oh, Jesus. Imagine the Oriental rollers getting out there.
Oh, no way.
Jesus Christ. Scratches all over you. Anyway, Paddy Cripps, I thought he was 6'4". He's 6'5".
Okay.
190. Big D's hit us with
Yeah,
some
he's
big,
bloody
big facts there. So,
isn't far off.
there we go. Big shout out to the Baronia boys.
Oh,
who,
yeah.
Mate, they went on their footy trip over to Adelaide on the weekend.
Well, the Baronia boy, Robbo,
Yep.
that lost the goal kicking,
Yep.
his dad bailed me up at that gig on Friday and got me to sign some shit for him.
Great.
Actually, I hope he's not listening because I'm not sure if he's been given it yet. But
Okay, so
for Robbo, Robbo.
So, Rob, and they made us here. We got the update.
Yep.
But they made us the official sponsors of their footy trip.
Fuck me dead.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah. You know, sometimes
Because you sent me a picture and I didn't know what the fuck you sent me.
You had no idea, even though I took the photo of the three of the boys. I took a close up of the singlet and I took a close up of the Good Banter
don't think you
logo.
did.
I fucking did.
Well,
Anyway, this is from Big Nath, the Baronia boys. Boys, just thought I'd shoot you through an update from the Baronia boys. Tommy
Boys.
called it earlier in the year. Big Robbo did get rolled in the goal kicking,
Yep.
even with his amazing accuracy.
was it 67-12 or something?
Oh, something like that.
Yeah. Amazing kicking.
Brammer, or Mr. Slip and Slide,
Yep.
started taking things a little seriously and played most of the years in the ones. ultimately stealing too many of Robbo's goals and costing him the goal kicking.
Yep.
Poor Dogger snapped his Achilles earlier in the year, and that finished him up.
Okay.
That's a tough injury, the Achilles.
Oh, it's a long road back from the Achilles. It's a long road back.
Could be
So which one was
career ending?
Who was Baldy with the moustache? Because I was hanging shit on that at my show, and look at the look I've gone
Nath.
for.
That's Nath.
Oh, that's Nath.
That's Nath. Who's
so Nath sent it through.
Yeah.
Has he still got the bald?
Yeah, he's still running it.
Still, because I've actually I hung a bit of shit on it, but I've gone for that look, Nath. So
Maybe I'll post the Instagram, the lookalike there.
Apologies about that,
I
mate.
think Nico's still blind from the night at the Rubber Chicken, and I continued looking like Tommy's son, playing well past my prime in the twos, just like Tom. Both teams made finals but didn't get into the big dance, but none of that matters because our footy trip is tomorrow. And I did see the boys out at Baronia where... Anyway, we've managed to get 51 blokes and are heading to Adelaide to really do a number on the joint.
Tell you what, 51 is very good fucking numbers.
Great numbers.
Great numbers.
But you do think not great if you've done some fundraising because that is just bringing the fundraising money down, isn't it?
That's bringing it
like
right
if
down.
you raise like $5,000, you don't want 51 because it's almost like you get one beer each and that's it.
Because no one... These words have never been spoken on a footy trip because you don't want to do it on the you want to put the money on the bar on the Sunday. I reckon when people are struggling,
yes,
and that's what you want.
That's when
no one's ever said, "Geez, that money lasted longer than I thought." No, it's always like,
"Fuck, is that money gone already?"
Fuck me, that was only about half an hour.
That was half an hour. What the fuck? Well, it's 51 bucks.
And we're all drinking cocktails like fuckwits.
Yeah. We're all drinking espresso martinis.
Yeah.
They're fucking $35 a pop.
So that's why.
But that's a great effort, isn't it? 51, that's the whole list.
That is, that's everyone. It would have been something else on that plane.
Yeah, I've got a photo. I'll bang it on the Instagram. Yeah, on the plane. Did they charter their own fucking Jetstar flight?
That'd nearly be a record.
It's got to be a record. Hey, hit us up. Hit us up if you've ever had more than 51 blokes on a footy trip or a netball trip or a badminton trip. I mean, fuck me. That's almost more people than were at me wedding.
I wonder where they stayed. I remember Adelaide once and that we stayed. It was fucking rank. And I've told this story before, I think, when someone took the dump in the foyer on the Friday and the shit was still there on the Monday.
Yeah,
to give you some idea. And it wasn't one of our boys. It was there were about three or four other places staying.
Still going. Might have cut out the I reckon I've run out of Oh, the YouTube's going to be fucked for a bit. I've run out of memory on the fucking thing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, anyway.
Oh, that's still working, isn't it? It's been a long
it's still working.
It's been a long episode. So Baronia, bloody
that's
good
a
on you boys.
Great effort.
Great effort. I wonder if they all made it home.
Maybe get a little update. As you know, we are some of the original Bantitos or Banturds, whatever you've landed on, and always recommending the podcast. So I thought we'd do you a favour and let you sponsor our trip. Not that you've had any say in the matter. And try and spread the good banter word to Radelaide. See attached photos of this year's trip singlets, and I did pull that on the Instagram. Apologies if this turns out to be not so good press, as we have a few reptiles amongst them. Isn't reptile just a great word to discuss, like a rank
just
human
being?
Piece
of shit.
A piece of shit.
Just
Reptiles.
a real piece of shit.
Brilliant. But maybe we call our listeners the reptiles.
Yeah, it's not as the reptiles.
Maybe
it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. But hopefully only a couple of us get locked up and most of us make it home and you get a few extra listeners from Adelaide. Love the podcast. Keep up the good work. Cheers, Nath. So that's bloody fantastic, boys. That's a huge effort. And
well, the picture you sent me, you said, this warms my heart. And I had no fucking idea what the picture was. It was small. Look, that's all you sent me. How am I meant to...
Oh, yeah.
How am I meant to see that and go,
what didn't I send the fucking...
No, that's it, mate.
Nah, surely I sent...
That's it.
Nah, you fucked up here, Tommy. Look at this. Scroll through this.
Oh.
You didn't scroll.
I
right.
didn't scroll.
Yep.
Well, thanks. That looks fantastic, that singlet.
That's great. It's great. Maybe, do you reckon the boys could send us one of the singlets and we could...
Hammered on Hindley. Fucking hell.
and
Really.
got a great catch cry. For
Really
the,
setting the scene.
Yeah.
Good on them.
Yeah, so that's great. All right, so and this is big, Tommy. So well done, Baronia boys. Anyone else who hit us up? Sorry, we're a bit all over the joint.
Yep.
Getting through it all, but we've got a few presents. We've got a few presents.
I've got a few gifts.
We've got a book here, mate.
And as we said, you send us free shit, we'll mention it.
So grab that. This is
All
from Benny Tiffin, one of
Benny
our
Tiffin.
loyal listeners, and who we mentioned. He ran the speed comedy dating.
That he did.
And he mentioned that he'd written a book about, so Ben Tiffin, a bit of a laugh, a real-life journey into the world of stand-up comedy. And we do. And it's a fucking nice-looking book, actually. And
He's done well.
I'm tipping it's got more words than yours.
Yeah, quite a lot more.
Actually, there's a few big words in there as well, which, definitely isn't what's in your book.
And it's available as an
Oh,
ebook.
hang on. Read yours. It's a little personalised message.
Oh.
So, Benny, thanks for that, mate. Well, what we'll do, we'll put the link.
Tom, hope you enjoy the book, mate. Thanks for being a part of it. And well done with the Good Banter podcast. You really are holding that thing together. Evan's fucked.
Evan, thanks, mate, for being a part of my story. Thanks. Well done for the Good Banter podcast. You are really holding it together.
Mate,
I think Benny's... I hope
okay,
you both didn't read these at once.
So,
But,
mate, that's great. Really looking forward to reading that.
Yeah, that'll be good.
That's a beauty.
I'll put the link in the description of the podcast, so you can buy one of these if you want to have a look. Benny's a great bloke.
A
and,
ripping guy.
Bit of a laugh in the YouTube. I'll put it in the YouTube comments as well. I'll mention it on the Instagram. So that's great. So thanks, Benny.
Thanks, Benny. That's great
I'll
stuff.
get onto that. And we had what else? Oh, hang on, down here, mate. Because remember old Timmy Wankhurst?
Oh, the Wankstone.
Yeah, he mentioned that.
The old public wank.
Old Nighty from Viewco.
Yep.
Viewco, the bloody best builders, or what do they do again?
I don't know what they do. They are.
Up in Wagga.
They may have gone bust and are just making socks now because their socks are something else. Windows, doors, and shadings.
Yeah, so keep up the good work, legends. Enjoy the beanies and some new socks.
Woo-hoo!
Mate, these socks.
Got some
I love
beanies
these socks.
just in time for summer. Some
Yeah,
new beanies.
Couldn't get better timing with these beanies. It's,
Awesome. Nice colour.
beautiful colour. So thanks to Nighty at Viewco there. And if you're in the Wagga area, get your windows, doors, and shading. Bloody from the Viewco boys.
So fantastic.
So I think that's that pretty much ties things up there, mate.
That's a long ep, but that's a good ep.
Big ep.
That's good stuff. Episode
Great stuff,
87.
mate. 87.
As we head towards our big, so if your family's falling apart and you're looking for something to do on Christmas Day, we are going to have a big old podcast. It is going to be something else where, I don't know, maybe we'll have it at a Jehovah Witness convention. Because do they have Christmas or the Jewish?
We could do it
Jehovah Witness?
like midnight mass.
Yeah.
We could do it midnight mass. Maybe get everyone to chuck the plate around, put a bit of money in there, and we just take the cash.
Not a bad idea. But the Jews don't have Christmas, do they?
I don't know what they do.
Not Christmas, I don't think. Oh, they cut
Sure.
their
No,
foreskins
they have
off.
Hanukkah.
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 Yeah, so maybe we're going to get some a few Jewish listeners, and we'll do have a bit of a Jewish shindig on Christmas Day.
Mazel tov.
Okay.
Anyway,
all right.
that's another episode. Make sure you tell your friends. Tell your friends about the podcast. Give it a share. Give it a.
I know why we're looking down the camera. It's not even on.
No, it's not on. So
It's not on.
Just be staring into your eyes. So get on the Instagram. Get on the Twitter. Tell your mates about it. Give it a rating. Give it a review. Comment on the YouTube. Which,
we need you to spread the word.
That's it.
Because we're certainly doing all weekend.
we're flying. We are
keep
flying.
dishing up an hour of bullshit every week.
Every week we're doing it, and it's not going to stop. We're going to keep it coming. So that's another episode of Good Banter.
Good banter. That's a good banter.